The Winter Olympics have finally concluded. Now, to be honest, in light of full disclosure, I've never been a huge Olympics fan, especially the Winter Olympics, and particularly when they're in a time zone that is so far from ours. It's hard to get excited about events and watch events that you already know the outcome. This year was one of the few years that I actually sat and watched a lot of the Olympics. I have to admit, it did give me a different appreciation for them. One of the things that I've never really enjoyed about the Olympics is that we are so consumed and the television broadcasts are so concentrated on the sports that America does well in. We seem to miss some of the sports that we never ever see in this country. I happen to be a person that likes a good biathlon. I find it fascinating that these people can ski and get their heart rates up and then have to stop and shoot a rifle accurately. I struggle with either one of those disciplines. I can't ski, and my shooting is questionable at best. But I did gain a new appreciation for the Olympics this year. Maybe it's because it was juxtaposed with the Super Bowl, which happened right around the same time that the Olympics began. People in this country love their sports, especially the four major sports. And we often know who the starting quarterback or the starting running backs on our football teams are, can name the starting five basketball stars on your local hometown team, but few of us can name most Olympic athletes. I gained a new appreciation for some of those people, seeing that they were competing in their second, third, or even fourth Winter Olympics. It was amazing to see people in their late 30s and even mid-40s competing at such an incredibly high level. One of the people on the curling team, not the U.S. curling team, but I believe it was the Swiss curling team, was about to become the oldest woman ever to win an Olympic winter medal. The stories of their perseverance, their dedication, and their work ethic were really inspiring. It was interesting to see so many people that had spent so many years competing, and for some of them, had such huge gaps between Olympic medals or Olympic gold medals. It really was inspiring. Usually, I'm not a big fan of the stories that they tell about athletes. These Olympic stories were often captivating. It was great to see how some of these people got their start, the sacrifices that their families made in order to allow them to pursue their dreams. Listening to stories about kids that started skating on ponds in Minnesota or Wisconsin and had made it all the way to Italy to compete in the 2026 Winter Olympics. It was great. I really enjoyed a lot of those stories, and I actually enjoyed watching a lot of the events. I must admit, there was probably a little bit too much curling on for me, and not enough things like skeleton or bobsled or luge in prime time. I happen to love those events. One of my favorite movies is Cool Runnings, about the Jamaican bobsled team, a team that is still competing today. I hope that all of you had a great time watching the Olympics, and probably even more importantly, really stopped and paused to think about the sacrifices and the incredible feats that these athletes have accomplished. I don't know if I'll be glued to my TV set in 2028 for the Summer Olympics, but I have to admit I really did enjoy this past Winter Olympics. Have a great week, and thanks for watching.